Everyone, and welcome to match day 9 of the Italian Women's Volleyball League. Serie A, undeniably the greatest domestic league on the planet, and once again we will see some of the world's top players in action. Our game this week sees A1 Perugia play host to A1 Perugia Bergamo. The game is about to get underway. The players having been through their warm-up, final preparations are over. The referees and lines judges are about to take their place. And the team in your picture, well, just left the picture, was Bergamo playing in red, and yet to be seen what will happen. And as for Perugia, well, that man in your picture, Giovanni Caprara, the new coach, took over on the 21st of November. He's only had 3 games in charge, but has already turned around the fortunes of the home side. The captain, Piccinini, for Bergamo. One wonders whether or not she will start. This one has been out of the Bergamo side for a couple of weeks. The second official, Diego Polla, gets his nod of approval from the crowd and the first ref, and they take their stations. And now it'll be time to introduce the players to the court. And it really is a star-studded lineup on both teams. And Yang Hao, number 11, can't wait to see whether she'll get the nod just into the team for Perugia on the 6th of October. Coming out, though, for the introductions, it's Bergamo. No surprises, Piccinini is in, so she gets the start. There is your starting lineup. Perazza opposite Araghetti, Ortolani playing opposite Lobienko, and Delcourt and Piccinini going through the outside. It's a tall side that the visitors have brought with them, but they're up against a real powerhouse in the likes of Perugia. Kim Willoughby, Olympic gold medalist, and Yang Hao, well, they really will provide some firepower through the outside. The captain, Alyssa Togu, first out onto court. She'll be playing opposite. In the middle, Lucia Crisanti, number 4. And the other middle player, Yevgeny Dushkiev. Pincerato is setting. And look at that, Yang Hao and Kim Willoughby going through the outside. This promises to be an absolute cracker. Arcangeli, the libero, she'll be the player in the red top. Wait to see whether or not Bergamo have used Van Tienen as their libero. Also they have Kim Stalens available to set, but it's not going to be her. It's Lobienko who gets the nod for Bergamo for the start of this one. So the action about to get underway here as Caprara just gives the final instructions to his team. Perugia playing in white, Bergamo playing in red. The first set about to get underway, and it's Perugia who have the ball. They'll be serving. The players are ready. The crowd are ready. We're just waiting for the officials. It'll be Yang Hao who'll get things underway. One last look to the table, a nod of approval to the second ref, and we can get things going. Checks with the lines judges, everybody's paying attention, and Yang Hao will start this first set. No chance for the home side to get off the board. Willoughby, though, can only tip. Good recovery. Togu with a swing. And she puts it away, and it's the first point on the board to the home side off the back of the serve. Great start for Perugia. Ortolani not really getting a good enough touch as far as she was concerned in the block. So Yang Hao gets to go again. Let called by the first official. There was a ball just interfered with play. They operate a 3-ball system, and you might see the ball moving around the by the advertising hoardings, by the youngsters, the junior players from the club. Just make sure that there's a ball available. Unfortunately, one just eked onto court. But it doesn't disrupt Bergamo's concentration. They get their side out at last. Piccinini, the darling girl of Italian volleyball. Nice quick ball to the outside as well, not giving the middle block any time to get out and react, and that's what both teams will be relying on, is the speed of the ball outside and the fact that the middle players are coming in and pinning the opposite middle blockers to allow one-on-one attacks and maybe some one-on-nobodies. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few of those before this match is over. Santi with the jump float serve. And you can tell if it's a good pass or not because the middle gets going. Araghetti comes in, hammers the ball home, little shot across her body into the gap provided by the setter. Ortolani's serve. Carry called. In fact, it's been... signal is out by the first official. In other words, the setter playing that one on the side of Bergamo. So Dushkiewicz had no chance to hit it. Inserato, the guilty party. Not a great pass though. That one's much better. Although, at the moment, Dushkiewicz just not quite in sync with the setter. Hasn't been able to go up and hit one yet. That one should have been. Togu with the serve. Good serve, well passed. Put up by Willoughby. And it's going to be an easy leave for Bergamo in the end. To be fair to Togu, she cracked that one, and it was close to the baseline. Bergamo a little relieved to see it go long. Piccinini. Good pass from Yang Hao. She made that look very easy, and an off-pace hit from Dushkiewicz, still not able to get a full contact. She tried to hit it hard and it just come off the fingertips, but sometimes they're the best ones. Willoughby's serve. The ball being deemed to have been hit into the net, not the blocks. 4 touches called by the first official. Perugia just edge into the lead. We will have a couple of technical timeouts in each set. Oh, great. Oh, well, I thought that was in. That looked to be in by a long way. Well, it was in by a long way. I wasn't wrong. Although the lines judge signalled out. I think he was caught by surprise. But the referee seeing it correctly, and Willoughby gets to go again. Her first ace, followed up by her first one into the net. Perugia, though, still keep the lead. Araghetti with the serve. Good leave by Willoughby. Neither side really trying to pin the front court hitter from the serving line. Oh, just having a word with his libero, Arcangeli. Got some instructions for her. It's a good thing to have. The libero comes off, the coach can have a quick word and can get some information to players as well when the libero goes back onto court. That might otherwise be missed. Yang Hao gets her first meaningful swing. So we have a timeout, and it's the Bergamo coach who has got plenty to say at the moment, Lorenzo Micheli. Let's get his team off to a good start. It's the home side with their 3-point lead at the first technical timeout. Off the back of really got off to from Kim Willoughby's ace serve. Just edging away, couple of points here, and that does make the difference. Easy ball for Kim Willoughby, should be punished, but the block does its job for Bergamo. Chance to get the side out. Good defence, Dushkiev getting involved. Togo just catches the top of the net, but it's going to be a free ball for the home side. They're going to get to have another go. Dushkiewicz deciding to play it. Yang Hao with the tip, no good. Good defence from Bergamo. Oh, what an absolute belter from Togo. Brilliant defence from Bergamo, and that really is a waste. Such a great opportunity that the away side kept providing themselves with, and in the end, an unforced error. Ortolani giving that ball a wide, well, giving the Korth a wide berth, getting a side spin on the ball, not a top spin, and it just moved away from the sidelines. Good blocking, easy play for Perugia, and the 8-5 becomes 10-5. The only place it could go was to the middle, and a great reaction from Perugia, and that forces Bergamo to call a timeout. Lorenzo Michelli with no choice really. 2 straight points lost, and he's got to stop the momentum of the home side. It's all going well for Caprara, 3 games in charge, and he really is turning the fortunes around of Perugia. Didn't get off to the best of starts, but they're on a 3-game winning streak. This could be 4. Interestingly, it's Jenny Barraza who's got the nod in the middle for Bergamo, ahead of Erika Arakai, formerly of the Toray Arrows in Japan. And it's not very often the Japanese players leave to come and play outside of their home country. Erika Arakai is an absolute sensation in the middle, but at the moment, though, she's being kept on the bench by Barraza. Not the only Chinese import into Syria, one of perhaps the greatest setters that has ever graced the women's game, also playing in the Italian league. Fenkun. Willoughby so nearly kept that in play. A good chase, just didn't come off the right part of her arm. Lobienko with the serve. And that play just stuttered a little bit. Willoughby passing the ball, not getting out of the way, and allowing Togo the chance to really come in and attack this one. So important to get out of the traffic, as it were, when you're a passer, and create space for the backcourt hitters. There's generally going to be 2 of them. There'll be the middle backcourt pipe that Togo's gone on again, and then the backcourt attack through position 1, where Willoughby's just failed to make the dig. So there's 2 lanes of traffic coming in to attack the ball, as well as potentially 3 front court hitters. So the passers really do have to be careful and watch what they're doing. Del Corre comes up with the goods, and Bergamo are back to within a point, and that forces Caprara into a timeout for the home side. It's not all plain sailing at the moment for Perugia. Caprara formerly his last appointment was with the Russian women's national team. Took them to World Championship glory in 2006, with probably the tallest team ever seen in a game of women's volleyball. Everybody thought he was crazy in the lead-up to that particular tournament with his tactics, playing the likes of Godina, Gamova, Borodikova. But he knew what he was doing, and Godina's swan song was to claim a World Championship title. Now retired from the national team, Godina. Or the number 6 jersey. Serving from Pinserato, no middle coming from Bergamo, and Ortolani can only find the net. Must do better in that situation, she knows it. It's an off ball, it's a scrappy play. The very minimum required at this level is for that ball to go on the other side of court and make the team play, so you can reset your block defence. And more trouble here for Bergamo. They're scrapping. And that's a lovely shot from Del Core, over the top of the block, found the space. Flatter ball in, and Duškijevich liked that one. In fact, it was Crisanti getting the hit away, got himself quite square onto the net, but still able to create the room to get the ball down into court. Yang Hao with the serve. Great disguise on the set to fracture the block, and Ortolani puts one away. Good lead by Yang Hao. Not tempted into trying to play it. So as Crisanti goes to serve, Duškijevich comes to the net. So it's Togu, Duškijevich and Willoughby as the front row blockers for Perugia. Tall line up and forces the hitters to try and avoid the block, and in so doing they've missed the court as well. Giannini it was, giving away the point. So Perugia one away from the second technical timeout. Carry, that's going to be called. And Robianco in all sorts of bother at the moment, and it's Perugia have re-established their 5-point lead. They lead matched in terms of the players on court. It'll all come down to the tactics of the coaches, as well as just how well the teams can cope with each other's serve. Better swing from Giannini. This time she finds the court. Now a little indecisive, not sure from her point of view whether she thought it was going to go in or out, didn't really commit to the play. A belter from Togu. First 1 foot slide behind we've seen in this match, which is odd really. It's normally the staple diet of most women's volleyball teams, that 1 foot slide behind, but so far, the pass being in there, we've been able to running the basic combination, the middle in front and the ball outside, which seems to be doing the job. Ortolani's going to claim that one's caught the hands of the block as well as the tape, but the referee's not having it. And Ortolani is going to go down as an unforced error. Very quick, Kim Willoughby to show the referee and Duškijevich that they didn't touch the ball. Foot fault from Kim Willoughby, schoolgirl error. You must take off from behind the white line. And Van Tienen comes onto court, not playing as a libero today, being used as a specialist passer and defender, but will also have the option to serve if necessary. Great blocking. Del Core shutting out Duškijevich, hands right across the net, taking the space away, waiting for her on that particular slide attack. Toguta not really being used effectively by Pincerata. Needs to set that ball a little bit higher, stretches. She's one of the tallest players out on court, is Alyssa Togut. Needs to use that height advantage against Bergamo. Nice disguise from the outside hitter. Del Corre looked like she was going to hit it hard. Little roll shot just at the last second, and Tiernan a little late to react. She'll be disappointed with herself for that. That's why she's on court. She knows she can do better. Nice pass from the Dutch international. Yang Hao with plenty of power. Her and Wang Yimei, the cornerstone of the Chinese national team, through that outside hitting position. Won herself an Olympic gold medal in 2004, unable to hold on to that and defend the title in 2008, the United States. Denying them that opportunity. In fact, it was Brazil and the USA in the final. Brazil just dropping the one set in what was an enthralling tournament. It was only the USA who were able to take a set from them. No one else got anywhere near them. And Brazil, in fact, denying the USA a clean sweep throughout the volleyball disciplines. The men took gold indoors, the men and women took gold on the beach. And we've got ourselves into a great position now in this first set. All square, first to 25, you've got to win by 2 clear points. Again, Togut not being used effectively. She should be able to go right over the top of the block. If in doubt, just a high ball out wide to her, and she should be able to do the rest. But Pincerata just not using her effectively. That's twice we've seen that. Caprara calls the timeout. 2 5-point leads have been extinguished by Bergamo. Will the 30 seconds be enough to put Perugia back into the ascendancy? Side out required by the home side to regain the initiative, and they don't even have to work for it. Unforced error from Bergamo. Del Corre, who's been so magnificent at the net, letting the team down from the serving line. And now Yang Hao will look to punish the visitors. Willoughby comes back in. No mistakes from Ortolani on that occasion. In fact, opting to go right over the top of Kim Willoughby. Excellent shot. Good blocking. Bergamo will get to go again. Oh, and that's a thumper from Ortolani. How did she find that sideline? What an angle. Nothing at all Crisanti and Kim Willoughby could do, although, to be fair, neither of them took away the power line. Crisanti jumping past her. But again, Bergamo just cannot find something from the serving line when they need it most, and they are gifting points back to Perugia, and they're keeping the home side in this first set. Well, Bianco having faith in Ortolani. And it's now the away side who edge closer. And this will be some steal, you feel, if they take this first set. So Sorocchiati comes in. blocking substitution for Lobianka. A bit of height at the net, and there's a chance here. Oh, good pick up from Yang Hao. Willoughby with the job of getting the side out. Oh, and she's done it brilliantly, off the outside hand and out over the sideline. Sorocchiati with a second touch. It doesn't come up to the standards required, and Perugia have level. But a side out now for Bergamo, and they will have set point. They'll have it first. Kim Stellens comes in, the other Dutch international in the side, previously of Della Martinez in the Netherlands. Piccinini brings about set point. Stellens gets ready to come off. The blocking substitution not quite working. Consolato comes back in to resume setting duties. It's the captain for Bergamo with the serve. No touch in the block, and it's the away side who've taken this first set against Perugia. Remarkable it is, considering they were 5 points down on 2 occasions and they've clawed it back. What a turnaround. Checks who's the captains are on court, and away we go. Del Corre serve. Unforced error by Perugia. Good blocking by Bergamo. They're slowing the ball down well and allowing themselves to play some great transition, and that was such a shame. What an angle from Piccinini. Just couldn't quite find the sideline. Trouble with that one though. Well, having that faster ball to the outside creates all sorts of problems for the blocking team. Togo guilty of looking at her feet and not the block, and not the attacker when she was making the block. Again, Bergamo slow the ball down, chance to score. Ortolani, brilliant swing. Bergamo appear to have the bit between the teeth right from the off in this second set. 3-1 they lead. And 1 set to love. Big swing from Willoughby, and the block equal to it. Ortolani with a much faster arm and gets the ball away before the block can be settled. 2 very different examples of how to hit the ball. Kim Willoughby comes in all power, big arm swing, quite easy to read, whereas Ortolani just mixing it up, and that means Caprara calls a timeout a lot earlier than he would have liked to. Trouble for the home side. From Togu. Perugia have the ball. Although it's only early in the set, Bergamo in a very good position. They've proved they can come back from deficits. We'll see whether or not they can hold on to a lead now. It's Perugia who are going to have to claw their way back. Still a long way to go. And again, it's another big swing from Kim Willoughby. and it's giving the block time to get up and get their hands across the net and close the gaps. And that spells the end for Willoughby. Willoughby goes to the bench, and it's some hard work now is going to have to be done by Perugia to get themselves right back into this one. The swing from the sub. Angeloni had been a starter until Yang Hao had joined the team, but Willoughby not on song. It's Angeloni who has the opportunity now to try and turn things around. The love, and 8-5 here in the second. Piccinini with the serve. And at last, Togu gets one away. That's a much better set by Pizzerato. Getting the height that Togu needs to be able to stretch, reach up into the ball. Piccinini cannot keep it in play. Dushkiewicz with the serve. Perugia not serving tough enough, and Bergamo getting their side-out game working really well. Obianco finding the slide behind. Araghetti, who put the ball away, gets the serve. Yang Hao has to tip, but it's good enough. Always a danger when you're expecting that ball to be hit pretty hard. You can get yourself flat-footed, and if you are and the tip comes, you just can't move quickly enough. You have to take a defensive stance that allows you to move quickly if required, and then sink to play the hard spike. You can't set up for that in the first place because you just don't know what's coming. Bonanza keeping an eye on things, and now Bergamo with a 5-point lead. It's going to stay in play. Perugia reset the block defence. Ortolani can't keep it in play. Togu does the business. After those couple of errors that Ortolani made in the first set, she really has upped her game, and she is taking on Perugia. She's taking on the block, and now it's Yang Hao's turn to come up with the unforced error. Well, my apologies, it's not an unforced error, it's a forced error. Del Corre with a great serve. Yang Hao not knowing if this was going to be in or out, and again it's an overpass. Oh, but they've got so lucky. Yang Hao knows she's lucky, because had that been put on the floor, I would not have been surprised if Cabrera would have called a timeout. He'll struggle to make a substitution because he's already brought players into court. Doesn't quite have the strength in depth that Perugia have in the outside hitting position. So it's Bergamo who've called the timeout. Perugia just get themselves back into it off the overpass that was hit out. Maybe an all-star team Perugia. They're not playing quite like a team at the moment. They're going to have to make the best of it in this set with Kim Willoughby on the bench and Angelini having come in for her. There's no obvious replacement for Yang Hao. Cordy may well come in, but this is a little better from Perugia. Helped by the unforced error from Bergamo. So Crisanti with the serve. An important phase now in this second set. Let's see whether Perugia can get themselves back into it, or Bergamo can keep the lead. Some good firepower that Perugia have got with Piccinini, Ortolani and Del Core. When you don't get your hands across the net, that's what's going to happen. Just a rebounding board for Togu. Ortolani again puts the ball on the floor. Bianco knows who to go to. Haven't really seen many attacks through the middle. Araghetti and Barazza haven't had a lot to do in this second set. They've been running the middle attacks and keeping the block, keeping their opposite blockers interested. Again, Piccinini just guilty of going up with the hands and not getting them across the net. If you get them across the net, the ball comes down. If you just go for height, then you're going to struggle to make any kind of meaningful block. Marcangelli held her ground but didn't really commit to the play. Until below she was falling backwards. Didn't really take on the attacker, paid the price. Just forcing that through the block, got lucky. So Duškiewicz serves. Bergamo looking to get themselves to the second technical timeout with a decent lead, but well, a pass to forget from Del Core. I think she had one eye on that technical timeout already. Duškiewicz again. Togu. It'll be a free ball for Perugia. And another point saved, so one in it. Good angle from Crisanti. Duškiewicz with a quick look to the scoreboard to confirm the fact that they're now only one behind. But Ortolani comes to the rescue, so Bergamo have the lead in the second technical timeout. Back in this second set, they're still trailing by 2. Massimo Barboloni just looking on. Current Italian national team coach. A few players he'll be having his eye on, no doubt. Bianco, Togu, Ortolani. And also Piccinini, who has been in the team for quite some time, but also has been out of it as well. It's on the line. Del Core trying as hard as she could to get it off the hands and out of court. Hitting the ball across her body. Didn't quite get the outside hand of Togu. Paid the price, so we're all square. The match is currently going on in Serie A. Pizarro are 1-0 up against Montesievo. Navarra are up 1-0 against Familia Sherry. Chance for Bergamo. Ortolani again. Oh, that was an excellent block from Perugia. They got themselves set a lot earlier. Crisanti and Togu doing the business. Yang Hao struggling again. Well, sometimes it's not technical problems that cause you to pass bad, it's just mental ones when you just can't focus. And if the mind's not working, well, there's not much the coach can do about it. It's going for a substitution. So Yang Hao goes to the bench. And it's Van Tienen who's come in. So Yang Hao will be back on again when Van Tienen comes around to the front row. It's very unlikely we'll see Van Tienen have a swing through for, unless the coach forgets to make a substitution, and that's not likely. Well, you never know though. Pressure does funny things. There's Piccinini who's keeping Perugia in this one. Crisanti with the serve, trying to put Perugia in front, something they've not been in this second set. It's not going to happen. Great pass, nice quick ball to the outside. Piccinini with an easy put away. Chance for Bergamo to make something happen. And again, Togu, this is an off ball, great dig. Del Corre keeps it in play. Ortolani going to try and make something happen, but she let that one drift a little too far. By the time she hit it, it was too low. Wanted to try and get some line action going instead of just taking them on cross court and having a go at Togu. All square again. That's better. She knows that's the one she wanted to hit last time out. Gets it right that time. She is having joy with that cross-court angle. Crisanti's not really dropping her right arm to close off the space. Blocking substitution. Lobienko goes to the bench. Sorikiati comes in, as well as Gushka. So Gushka, the backcourt player and setter. So 3 front court attackers for Bergamo as they try to put the pressure on here and take the second set. Substitutions happening left, right and centre as both coaches are trying to snatch this second set. Stallings is in, and interestingly Caprara going with that one, but more interestingly Lorenzo Michelli not backing up his earlier coaching substitutions, and he switched out the setter and opposite player and brought back in Lobienko. Doesn't want to put pressure on Gushka. Oh, that's a delightful hit from Yang Hao. That's why she's in the team, that's why she's a world-class outside hitter. She knew where that line was, she didn't have to look. And the cut shot, good enough. Ortolani getting dragged into court. And so Lorenzo Mugelli calls timeout for Bergamo. A lapse in concentration by the away side, and it's let Perugia back in. Pizarro and Montesquieu have reached 25-24 in the second set. It's Pizarro leading that one by 1-0. Keep you up to date with the scores around the Serie A during the course of this one. Conegliano are up 1-0 against Pavia. Not quite found the sideline, and it's that. What a time for Perugia to get themselves a lead, and then with a little bit of help from the net, they've built on that and they put themselves in the driving seat now in set 2. This time Piccinini delivers the goods, gets it through the seam in the block. Stalins and Dushkiewicz left a gap. Piccinini gets the ball through there, but there's pressure on the visitors. Pincerato's back in to resume setting duties. Double touch, poor pass, it was flat and fast, and Bergamo have levelled again. But Perugia have a slight comfort zone. One side out gives them set point. They're going to have to wait though, the timeout being called by Capraro. He just wants to try and affect Bergamo's rhythm, slow it down. This time Yang Hao with an easier hit. Now she's convinced that this has touched the block on its way out, but she may well be right. The trouble is, it's not been picked up. It's not been spotted by the lines judges. It's not been spotted by the first official, and the first official is saying to Togu, look, no one's seen it. It's not been given. I didn't see it. I can't give it. He'll call the captain back, and he'll just be saying as well, have a word with the coach, please, and tell him to calm down as well. Otherwise, there'll be a card coming. Some very strict rules in volleyball. Only the captain can talk to the referee, and any kind of dissent is frowned upon. Well, it looked like it may have got a touch, difficult to tell in slow motion, let alone in real time. So we're into a 2-point game now. 2 clear points required to take this second set. No cap, we'll just keep going until somebody can do it. But if it carries on in this kind of mode, oh dear. Oh, it's been given in. Well, it looked for a second like it had gone out. Lobianco has got away with it. So it's Bergamo with set point. And Yang Hao can't get it off the block and out, and that is a big, big set win for Bergamo. They now lead by 2-0. Yang Hao not opting to take the outside hand, trying to make it happen cross-court. It didn't work, and now Angeloni keeps the American on the bench. Well, we've seen that in all 3 sets now. The serving side having won the first point. Well watched by Bergamo and Barazza. Bergamo currently second in the league behind Pizarro. 22 points, Pizarro on 23. The way that the points are scored in the Serie A, if you win a game 3-0 or 3-1, you get 3 points. If you win it 3-2, you get 2 points. If you lose 2-3, you get a point. And if you lose 1-3 or 0-3, you get nothing. Perugia just below mid-table mediocrity at the moment. And Yang Hao has let one too many of those pass, and that costs her. Piccinini finds the line. In fact, it's Piccinini celebrating. It's Barazza who finds the line. And Yang Hao with some problems. That one, though, not so difficult to deal with, but not the best of sets. Chance now for Bergamo to go 4-1. Good blocking. Togut denying Bergamo at that point and bringing themselves back to within one. Crisanti and Togut not allowing the ball to come on their side of the court. Perugia 9th currently in Serie A. Everybody stacked out there waiting for the ball. Garighetti coming up with the block. She's not had much to do offensively. Hasn't really had a hit, but it doesn't matter. You could be a middle blocker and you may not get a hit throughout the entire game. If you keep running your routes, keep putting pressure on the other block, and keep them with you, and you're doing your job. And if you can make some good touches in defence, you can't ask for much more than that. Doesn't matter if you don't get the ball to hit. If your work is freeing up other hitters, then you're doing your job. Ortolani to serve. Bergamo are trying to pin the sidelines, trying to force Perugia wide. And one thing you are doing, if you are serving to those lines, you're forcing the passer to move away from the rest of their team, so any mistakes are just made even worse. A bad pass will inevitably go towards the crowd, and there's nobody there to help. As opposed to if you serve into court, then the bad pass is going to go generally to somebody near you. Turning into a bit of a I can serve it into the net better than you can at the moment. It won't help Caprara at all. Togut not committing to the attack, paying the price, and now Bergamo lead by 3. Yang Hao, more problems. How long is he going to stay on the court? Will Caprara bring Willoughby in? Welcome back to Perugia. Piccinini with the serve for the visitors. Bergamo, they lead by 2, says Salad, and they've got a 4-point lead in this third set. It's looking very good for them at the moment. Just a quick check to see who's the captain on court, because Togut's gone to the bench. The captain, you must have a captain on court, someone who can talk to the referee. Just signalling who that is, and it looks like it's going to be Pincerato. He pops the ball in for Willoughby. Interesting tactic from Caprara. He's not taken Yang Hao off. He's left her in, left Angeloni in, the 2 outside hitters. He's taken off Togu and put Willoughby in the opposite slot. And really, Togu's not the guilty party. And he's keeping faith in Yang Hao, and Yang Hao knows now she's hardly going to come off the court at all. Zunicelli a little frustrated that that point was lost. Legally is Pizarro, currently 2-0 up now against Montesquieu. And looking like they'll probably stay top of the league after match day 9. We're currently 9-8 down in the third set. just not quite falling for Perugia at the moment. Oh dear, whoa, good recovery from Barazza. Missed that one first time round, but presence of mind to dig it over. Well, that one's hit the antenna, so given us out of court from Del Corre. Got to play the ball inside those red and white poles. So Bergamo call the timeout. Prara can sense maybe there's a comeback on the cards here. Currently Vicenza, who are bottom of the league and looking for their first win, are 1-1 with Santaramo. Vicenza the home side. Santaramo currently in 11th spot. So the only teams who are doing the business at home are Conegliano, who are 2-0 up against Pavia and 12-9 up in the third. Pesaro, Novara and Bergamo all 2-0 up. And they're the away sides. See our feature game. You know what's happening here. Perugia, it looks like, on the comeback trail. Well, those of you watching in the UK and looking at that would have just said that was a throw. Because if you tried it at home, you'd get called for it. Not the case, though. Anywhere else, it's one of the setter's privileges, as long as they don't abuse it. It's an interesting phase of play now. Bergamo up against a Perugia side without Togud in it. The team have yet really to gel with the likes of Yang Hao in it, who's not been in the team that long, but Bergamo aren't capitalising, and it's Perugia who've levelled thanks to a great block from Crisanti. Arriving late, but getting her hands across the net as soon as she could. Nice work from Del Corre, showing the cross-court angle. Caprara, you get the feeling he's beginning to lose his cool. Lost his clipboard then for a second. Good work from Willoughby, in and out again. Yang Hao tips, not good enough. Piccinini gets out off the net and gives herself room to attack. A good example there on both sides of the net in transition play of players making themselves available to hit. So important, you've got as many players as possible available to put pressure on the block. So Del Corre comes in. More changes for Perugia. Unsurprisingly, Del Corre gets the ball. Great pickup and a great view as well from the back of the court. You can see how the play opens up and the speed of the ball across the net. Just how quickly players are having to move to catch up, and that's excellent blocking from Willoughby. She knew exactly where she wanted to be, allowed Crisanti to catch up with her and seal the gap. And this time Ortolani is put down. commitment in that shot from Willoughby. Didn't open up on it, kept the shoulders square to the net, just hit really like a chip shot, but not high enough, and didn't cause any problems at all. Now, Stalens comes in to try and rescue things. Yang Hao off, Del Cordi in. Inserato off, and Stalens in. Which means a new captain on court, who the referee was just checking to see exactly who that was. Well, this may be the time for Stalens to shine for Perugia. There certainly is a chance for the subs to show what they're made of. Most of them now on the court. It's Angeloni who cracks that one cross-court. Real delight on the faces of Perugia. And that, you feel, will be 4 touches, will it? No. And signal that it was touched in the block, so play can continue. This could be a real big point now. Oh dear. All that had to do was go over and Bergamo could reset. But Piccinini just touching and bumping into Merlo, and as a result, into Kamada, and as a result, she let the ball drop. This time, Alessandro Kamada keeps it in play. But that is a huge block from Willoughby. Up and across the net, taking away the space. And Perugia really are back in this game. Psychologically, it could be a big blow for them to go in if they can get a point from this serving and take the technical timeout with a 2-point lead. I'd be delighted with that. Chances are they'll probably go in with a 1-point lead if the teams trade here. Angeloni. Good work from Perugia. They've got their 2-point lead and they are back in this third set. And if they can continue with that momentum, it could well end up 2-1. As it is, it's technical timeout number 2, and we're just heading into the... It's only been Crisanti and Dushkiewicz who've stayed on court throughout this match. Bergamo may well not be fazed by what's going on. Just the 1 point in it. So Sorocchiati comes in, blocking substitution. Stalens staying on court at the moment for Perugia. And certainly if Perugia can take this set, you get the feeling that she may well stay on for the 4th. Oh, what a good serve that was. Pushing Del Cordi deep. Thought for a minute it might have been going out, and was grateful for the fact that Del Cordi played it. Kim Willoughby wanted to bury that one in the 3-metre line, caught the net, although Perugia will have another go here. But it's a great block, and Bergamo, thanks to Alleghetti, now have the lead. Alleghetti seemed to stay in the air forever. So the tactical change made by Lorenzo Micheli is working well. He's keeping the setter in the back row by having Gushka in, brought in Sorocchiati, 3 front court attackers, which gives them options now inside out. It's going point for point at the moment. Good work from Stalens. Looked like she was going to go behind. Completely had the Bergamo block out of kilter. Gushka made the space for that one, got down extremely low, forced that ball behind. The two substitutes combining really well. So timeout called by Perugia. Now things get very interesting in this third set. Well, Caparo talking about the pass. It's important it goes in. Decordi it is, nodding profusely. Caparo's got that earpiece in because he's got spotters in the crowd who are keeping an eye on things and giving him information about possible serving targets, and certainly what the other team are doing, how they're running their offence. So he's getting a live update of what's going on during the course of the game, which is enabling him to make tactical decisions. Sometimes, though, it's very obvious to see what's happening, and certainly with the substitutions he's been making. Dushkiewicz just about gets that one over. Delcore is dug. Well, Decore just seemed to take an age to move to that one. It was the libero's ball, no question of it. Alessandro Camada will know that was hers. And so obviously hers. She never said anything. Delcore never saw it. So Angeloni's serve brings up the point. We're all square. Another chance for Bergamo. Delcore finds the cross-court angle. Dushkiewicz trying to get her hands on the ball, and she opened up the angle for Delcore as a result. Borazza comes back in as Anaghetti serves. Well, both teams will certainly be working on their serving during training before the next round of matches. Too many have been missed, that's for sure. That's a very good pass, and it had Bergamo in the ascendancy from that pass. Perugia stretched even with two blockers, but both of them having to chase the ball out wide. The technical decision to put Decordi in, they must have been planning on that ball going in front, or certainly the backcourt pipe being an option, which is why Decordi was so close to the setter. Well spotted by Grushka and going behind, opening up the line. So Yang Hao just comes back to follow protocol, and she's back in. Needed now more than ever. Baki organising the backcourt defence. Ortolani gets ready to serve. Great work again, Delcore off the block and out. Perugia had one eye on the fact that this ball could have gone behind, but this time Crisanti can't keep it in play. Perugia call timeout number 2. There's nothing left for Caprara now. Maybe one substitution. He's pretty much had about all he's allotted. 6 you're allowed per set. He must be very close to that. So I'll make it that Caprara's had 5 substitutions. He's had his 2 timeouts. All he's got left is 1 more substitution in this set, if he's going to try and avert what Bergamo are doing, if his team can't get the side out. But points are running away from them at the moment. Right on the line from Willoughby. The Olympic silver medalist comes up with a golden point potentially from that one. Problems there for Perugia just for a second, because they're not sure who's to serve. Just quickly checking. Angeloni going over to the scorer's table, referee allowing that to happen. Good pass. And the speed of the attack, again, too good for Perugia. Bergamo edging ever closer to victory. The league leaders, Pizarro, have had a set pegged back by Montesquieu. They've just lost the third, 25-21. So things getting interesting at the top of the table in Serie A. This is a serve that must go in from Yang Hao. Well, I'd have had my money on that ball going to Ortolani, especially with Willoughby out at position 2. Such a great blocker. And Ortolani, who's been on fire for Bergamo. You have to question that setting decision from Lobianco. She knew perhaps it was a bit of a double bluff, knowing perhaps that Perugia may well have been expecting it to go that way. But Ortolani has been exceptional through that position. And now there's a little bit more pressure on Bergamo, because as Lobianco now decide to go to Ortolani, Perugia will be aware of certainly who is going to be attacking against them. Back he goes off, and Piccinini comes back in. Yang Hao with the serve. At last, Ortolani gets that, but she'll know she should have had the point before, which would have given them a little bit of breathing space. As it is, though, it is match point for Bergamo. Barazza with the serve. Piccinini, Araghetti and Ortolani at the net. Big block for Bergamo. Makes a good touch. Chance now, a swing for the game. But again, Willoughby comes up with a magnificent block. And the Bergamo captain can't see the game off. And we have another 2-point set. Bergamo siding out for match point, and Perugia trying to find a set point from somewhere. Lovely pass. Although Piccinini just got to run up a little askew. Willoughby's put down, but Yang Hao keeps it in play. Free ball Bergamo, 3 attackers available. And a rare hit in the middle for Bergamo. Araghetti puts it on the floor. And it's match point number 2 for the visitors. Ortolani with the serve. Lobianco now comes to the front row. Perugia get lucky. Angeloni goes off of Lobianco, but Stalins knows, certainly Angeloni will be telling Stalins, should have gone to me earlier. I had the smallest blocker on the team. Angeloni showing that she's going to be blocking cross court. Great swing and a great set from Lobianco under pressure. Good strength from her to get that ball out wide. It's match point number 3 now for Bergamo. Perugia hanging in there. Lovely swing from Willoughby, who suddenly regained her form. Everybody thought this was going behind, and a free net for Willoughby on the backcourt pipe. Brilliant play from Kim Stalens. Delcore with a frustratingly good hit off the block and out. Stalens can't do anything about it. Duszkiewicz can't do anything about it. Bergamo, match point number 4. Yang Hao can't find the floor. That's a little tight to the net, and screaming for a double touch was the coach for Bergamo, but it matters not. Lorenzo Micheli will be delighted because his team have come to Perugia and they've taken 3 points. They've beaten the home side by 3 sets to love. Yang Hao and Kim Willoughby, Duszkiewicz, Pinserato, Togu and Crisanti just couldn't do anything about the firepower of Bergamo. Ortolani, Lobianco, Piccinini, Alleghetti, Borazza and Delcore doing the business. And it's Bergamo who have beaten Perugia by 3 sets to love. A good victory on the road, which may well see Bergamo go top of the league. But they've certainly done the business here in Perugia. A great job from Bergamo.